This month on Images, College of DuPage welcomes back and gives back to one of its most recognized grads. Architecture students build a foundation for a rewarding career. And math major Jose Macias figures why COD is his #1 choice. All of that and more on this edition of Images. There's always a lot happening at College of DuPage, and Images is a great way to keep up with it all. I'm your host, Rio Almaria, admissions representative at College of DuPage. The MacAninch Arts Center celebrated its reopening in style, with a benefit featuring College of DuPage alum Jim Belushi. While the audience thoroughly enjoyed the improv performance, perhaps the highlight of the evening was the naming of the newly renovated main stage as the Belushi Performance Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Jim Belushi! Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Well, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to that same old place, my sweet home, Chicago.
Because of you tonight, we're able to raise through the Foundation for Scholarships and other important initiatives that support College of DuPage close to $350,000. So that would not be possible without Jim Belushi. So Jim, if you'd come out. Now we give hugs.
Thanks, John.
Everybody knows that Jimmy graduated from here in 1974, and he's had an illustrious career. He's traveled the world. He has represented the arts in ways that most of us never will, and he's honored us by being an alum of the College of DuPage. His commitment to us was best evidenced in the early 80s when he established the Belushi Scholarship Fund. And over the years, he and others in the family have contributed in an excess now of $300,000. And there are more than 75 students who have been the recipients of scholarships, and they've been able to receive through that fund upwards of $120,000, all because of Jim Belushi and his decision. So this is what we have for Jim tonight on the basis of my recommendation to the Board of Trustees, and with the unanimous support of the Foundation. March, 2 weeks out, the Board of Trustees will formally dedicate the new Performance Hall to the Belushis, John and Jim Belushi.
Wow, that's a big deal.
And so Jimmy, this is the MAC, stands for MacAninch, MAC, abbreviated short form.
Right, Mac.
College of DuPage, MacAninch Arts Center. It is with great admiration and appreciation that the College of DuPage dedicates Performance Hall in honor of Jim Belushi for his unparalleled dedication and unmatched performance. Dated this March the 8th, 2014, now forever called the Belushi Performance Hall.
That's really sweet. Thank you so much, Doctor. You know, for an improviser, I have nothing to say. But it's a real honor, and it's a beautiful name in print, isn't it? And I want to thank you for honoring me this way. Why do I always get generous, thoughtful, sweetness, and kind from the College of DuPage? Because that really it was what I received when I was here. From the faculty who really supported me and believed in me and gave me the confidence to go on to swear across America. This is just, I don't know what to say, it's overwhelming. It's a beautiful, beautiful gift and very thoughtful. And I don't even know what else to say except for thank you so much for honoring me and my family and my brother John and that's really cool. Thank you.
Back to that same old place. Chicago! Thank you!
Over the years, Mr. Belushi has demonstrated generous support and affinity to College of DuPage. One of the many ways is through the creation of the John Belushi Scholarship, touching the lives of theater and music students, making their artistic dreams a reality.
The John Belushi Scholarship Fund was established in 1983 in the name and memory of John Belushi, actor, comedian, blues brother, and also former College of DuPage student. The John Belushi Scholarship provides recipients with full tuition at College of DuPage and is available to both acting and technical theater students, as well as music students. I established this commemorative scholarship in honor of my brother John. Recognizing what College of DuPage meant to both John and me, I want you to know that COD is a place of opportunity where aspiring talents come to pursue their passions. For 30 years and counting, this scholarship has made an important difference for many promising students. I am thrilled to be back home where we began. I loved it here and I still do. There's an incredible depth of talent right here in DuPage. Let's give them an opportunity to succeed. I hope that you will consider supporting the next talented Belushi Scholar.
Margie, from school. They're gonna have a vacancy in their complex next week. We'll make it our dream home.
You're my girl. You know that?
Part of receiving the Belushi Scholarship, one of the requirements is you have to audition for every show, which is totally valuable because the more you audition, the better you get at it. Having the Belushi Scholarship got me directly involved with the business, and so I could learn who I was in that and hone those skills and go forward into my professional life and become a professional actor and constantly go back to the points that I learned 17 years ago. So I will always be grateful for the Belushi Scholarship, always.
It means a lot to me that the Belushi brothers actually made their way here in Chicago. And that's what I want to do. I would love to make my way in the arts, singing, music, composition here in Chicago.
The Belushi Scholarship helped me to attend COD financially, and there I got to perform in 2 professional artists groups in residency at the college.
We've had an excellent track record of students leaving here with the skills and talents that they need. Sometimes they go on to a 4-year school, they receive another degree. We've had students go on to music teaching, students go on to performing, and some of those singers, instrumentalists, have gone on to great, great things, and I honestly don't think they could have without the Belushi scholarships.
The Belushi Scholarship, I think, impacts students' lives in really sizable ways. Most obviously, it allows a release from some of the financial burden of college. The scholarship is the first, for some of them, recognition that they have talent, that they have what it takes to start toward a career in this business.
College of DuPage and what I thought I could be in my life. Connie is huge for me. She just made me see what I could do.
What would you do to help a student?
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 For more information on the College of DuPage Foundation, including available scholarships for COD students, as well as details for donating, visit their pages on the web at cod.edu. Information on other scholarship opportunities is also available on the financial assistance pages, also at cod.edu. In-demand programs, award-winning faculty, cutting-edge facilities, and a welcoming campus. Discover what quality education can do for you at College of DuPage.
Welcome to College of DuPage. Welcome to the new school of thought.
The responsibilities of an architect can be as varied as the backgrounds and interests of students pursuing a career in architecture. It is a true blend of art and science, logic and imagination. COD's architecture program nurtures students' creative and analytical abilities, preparing them for further study and entrance into a field with endless possibilities.
I think ever since we're kids, we have this innate need to build and to create, whether it be houses or have this need to create something that's ours. And so I think architecture has offered me a fountain that I can then produce something that puts my mark on the world.
I've always been drawing buildings. I've always been trying to understand why buildings work, how buildings work, and how can I make my own buildings.
I've always wanted to be an architect. I want to build something, and the accomplishment, like when you finish this, you feel amazing.
Architecture, frankly, is not just like about buildings, it's about being creative. It's an artistic major.
Why not make drawings? Why not be part of that drawing and say this is my drawing, or my building, my art?
I think my favorite part is that basically every architectural project is just a puzzle to be solved. And there's so many different ways, but when you find that perfect way, it's a perfect fit and it all kind of falls into place.
I've always been interested in science and art, so I think kind of where those two meet, and just, I don't know, think about every day a building is used by everyone in it, and that is basically their life. So you're designing something to fit their life.
You know, we're wired as people to be both emotional and rational. And what I appreciate about the architectural profession is that it's right in the middle, and there's endless possibilities. That's what makes it fun every day.
The architect is really responsible for the design and planning of buildings and structures and the places and spaces that we inhabit. And on a day-to-day basis, the architect can be involved in really a wide range of activities, from working with clients to drawing construction documents, building models, working with 3D renderings. But in the end, it's the architect that really manages and leads the design process and is really responsible for the creative vision for a building.
Architecture school is an opportunity for students to express their creative nature, but it also has a good deal of concrete, practical experience.
It also teaches you how to learn new things, which is kind of interesting. And I think it really inspires you to even want more, to learn, to constantly be learning more. And I think that's the best thing about it.
A typical day in school would consist of classes, which were like history, theory of architecture, all these things. And then there'd be a portion of the day, a large portion, which was studio, like design work, where you're sitting there with the professor, like one-on-one, or with other students, and you're making models, you're making drawings, you're talking about ideas and concepts. It's a lot of work, but it's all fun work. Like, it's incredibly fun to design buildings, make models, you know, work with all these peers and learn from them, you know, day and night.
What's wonderful about architecture school is it's precisely, maybe the only time in your life where you get to explore ideas and not be constrained in any way. And that's really the fun of it.
Being in a room full of creative people, like studio, is just amazing. We have 25 kids in our studio right now, and there's 25 answers, and they're all different, and they're all unique.
To become a licensed architect, you first need to obtain a professional degree in architecture. And here at COD, we offer students the first 2 years of that professional degree. And then we help our students transfer into university architecture programs. Our architecture program at the College of DuPage is unique because we focus exclusively on the first 2 years of an architectural education. In doing so, we can offer students small class sizes, individual attention. All of our studio courses are taught by licensed professionals. We have a rigorous design studio curriculum that prepares students to have a strong portfolio for transfer.
I came to study at COD because I knew that there were great professors who could start my career off. They not only help you and teach you about the process of design and how to design, but they also teach you the skills and the technical parts of it too, and then offer me a great opportunity to transfer to very renowned colleges within 2 years.
The studios are really nice, honestly. You have your own desk space all the time. It's consistent within the second year studio. It's just home away from home.
There's been a tremendous investment by this community to give students some of the best spaces. In fact, you know, the funny thing is that the design studios you have here are often far better than what you'll find when you go to a four-year institution.
The coolest thing to do is like coming in when a project's due and having something and talking about your project in front of your peers and your teacher. You get feedback from these critiques that help you become better as a designer and almost build, for me, gain more confidence and like, okay, I can do this and I can go further.
Our design studios culminate in a final review, where we invite professional architects to come in and be guest jurors and critique the students' work and give the students feedback on their design projects. The final review is valuable for students because it allows them to develop their professional presentations. It also allows the students to get feedback on their creative work, and it connects our students to working design professionals within the industry.
The ability to actually tap into the surrounding community, the business community, with other architects who are practitioners, rather than just being academics, is something that you rarely find in typical four-year institutions, for example.
We've been able to establish very strong transfer partnerships with university programs in our area. We've had COD students transfer to architecture schools both locally and throughout the country. And some of our students have been accepted into some of the top-tier architecture programs in the nation.
COD is a great place to transfer to another architecture school because we have great relationships with multiple universities like U of I, IIT, Bowling Green, that when you get in, you're as a junior. And we heard on multiple occasions that students, past students that excel in their program.
The amount of information we learn through the software we've used, the design processes, it really helped me move forward and stand out at Bowling Green and take more of a leadership role when it came to projects with other students.
And so College of DuPage offered me a chance to build up my portfolio and come up with some really creative projects, which then helped me transfer to other colleges.
The faculty here are great, and they know the schools in architecture where students really are going to end up ultimately. So they make the transfer process very easy and streamlined.
If students go to a junior college prior to going to a five-year institution, they have the advantage, one, financial advantage, obviously, of not spending as much for 2 years of college, but they also have the advantage of having a different approach. So they go in with a fresher idea about what they're seeing.
I advise young people to not do all their education in one place. The opportunity to do 2 years in one place, to finish that 4-year degree somewhere else, and move on to possibly graduate work in a different institution is precisely the right equation. Certainly the COD program is a wonderful platform to move on to finish a 4-year degree or go into master's work and be very successful.
If a student's interested in the creative process or the design of buildings, then they should become an architect. If on the other hand they're interested in the building process, then they could pursue a degree in construction management. At COD we offer both of those paths. We have degrees in construction management, architectural technology, which is our drafting degree, and pre-architecture, which is a degree that allows students to complete the first 2 years of an architectural education and then transfer into a university program.
Going to COD, introduced me to architecture, which I was not familiar with and not planning on taking in the first place, and really developed a love for architecture and design and the history of architecture in a way that going to a larger school and being one of 1,000 students would not have been the same experience.
A good architect is one who has a curiosity about things because it covers so many avenues of life. As humans, we all live and work in buildings, and the buildings are various types of things. And so to have as broad an interest as possible, everything from science and engineering to the artistic end of things, I think is what makes you a well-rounded professional.
The resources at College of DuPage are excellent, and I would encourage any prospective student to take advantage of them, really think big about what they want to do in their career, and know that you can get that here at COD.
To learn more about the architecture program at College of DuPage, visit www.cod.edu/architecture. Coming up next, study abroad this summer and immerse yourself in the language and culture of China.
Study the Chinese language and learn firsthand about the people and culture of China. The College of DuPage 2014 Summer Study Abroad program travels to China for an immersive learning experience rich in Chinese language, culture, and history. Spend 5 weeks in China, earning 7 semester credits in both Chinese language and humanities courses. Students live at Xi'an International University in the city of Xi'an. Enjoy field trips and excursions to regional historical sites and experience a 3-night stay in Beijing. Visit palaces and museums, ancient temples, and pagodas. See the Terracotta Warriors, Tiananmen Square, the Forbidden City, and marvel at the Great Wall. Join us on this language-intensive travel study abroad opportunity, exploring the wonders of Chinese culture. Limited space is still available for this amazing study abroad opportunity. The cost is $3,849 plus tuition, and the trip runs May 22nd to June 24th. For more information about registering for this experience, please contact the Field and Interdisciplinary Studies and Study Abroad Office at 630-942-2356 or contact a program director.
Why COD? A simple question with so many possibilities for answers. Mathematics major Jose Macias explains how College of DuPage factors into his equation for educational success.
It's always that bottom college that you always had to put, you know, it's like if you can't make it to these, now you get to go to community college. So it's kind of viewed as, you know, underestimated, or I mean, some people think that because it's just like, you know, judging a book by its cover. But after I actually gone through like touring and actually viewing the colleges, it looks amazing, and there's so many opportunities they could do here and, you know, achieve that people shouldn't really underestimate it. So that's why I decided to take the opportunity and see where I'll go with COD. My love of mathematics, it was actually from my high school teacher. His name was Mr. Webb, and you know, I wasn't a really big fan of math. It was just like, I hated it. It was just like, you know, why understand numbers? You know, you're not gonna use them in life. You know, that's my mentality. But he actually showed me a way of making it really simple, and he actually using real world problems that it would be more efficient, like you actually use in your career. So after going through that, it actually made me actually like math, and then I started loving it. And then I actually started pursuing math as a career when I was going to senior year of high school, and now going to pursue it as well. I mean, math teachers are a lot different here. I mean, they still care, but they're a lot more strict, and they're amazing. A lot of them have their masters, you know, PhDs. I had a PhD professor, which is amazing, and it really surprises me how their love of math is being shared with us. Professor Miller, I love that guy. He's hilarious. He is one of those teachers that you will think about later in life. Someone asks you what's your favorite teacher, you know, he's automatically one of my favorite ones. What he does, he loves it so much, you know, and he would do anything for it, you know. He comes into class happy, you know, and he shares his love for speech to his students, you know, and I kind of want to do that with my students. And he kind of mentored me of like, you know, always be open-minded. Latino Ethnics Awareness Association. My involvement was actually starting because of last year. Actually, my sister was kind of telling me to go to Sarah Liz Jimenez. I'm like, I don't want to be in the clubs. I know I'm not really that involved right now. And Leo kind of persuaded me because they did a car show, they did dance. They were a little more open and like kind of big ideas. I'm like, all right, I want to put myself in this. And I was voted public affairs relations last year, and now I'm vice president. And my progression throughout the club it's amazing. I never saw a club so involved, you know, trying to be involved with other clubs, and throughout COD, they've done such big events. You know, we're gonna host a dance soon, and this is so friendly, you know. COD is such a friendly campus. I personally believe COD is an amazing school. I'm really happy I chose COD besides like Iowa or U of I, you know. It's a school that I would never regret going.
What's your why? Discover it at College of DuPage. For more information about enrolling and taking advantage of all that COD has to offer, please contact the admissions office. Visit them on the web at cod.edu. Images is your program, keeping you connected with the exciting events and interesting people that make up COD's vibrant community. Be sure to tune in every month to catch the latest and watch past episodes on demand at cod.edu. That's it for our program. I'm Rio Almaria. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.